All right, guys, what is going on? What is going on? This video today is going to be Forex Friday, full breakdown and analysis of US 30 this week, or the Dow Jones, whatever you want to call it. And, recently with the gold spreads being pretty high, have not been trading gold too much. And, as you guys have seen in my previous video, Forex analysis, that I have been trading gold almost exclusively for the last year now. And the spread increasing to 20 pips or so has caused me to switch my focus over to US 30. You'll see my pairs over here on the right. And these are the pairs I have been focusing on recently, the red ones more so than the rest. Gold has given an opportunity. Sometimes the spread lowers and whatnot. But US 30, guys, full breakdown. I'm just going to go get right into it. The beginning of the week, what day did it start? Started on the 29th. So we'll just break it down from the beginning of the week. And we did end up taking about, I believe it was 5 or 6 trades. We took about 5 or 6 trades on the week. So with that being said, first thing marked up from the beginning of the week, we have these 2 zones for those of you that trade smart money. We went ahead and marked these zones off. And like I said before, I trade a mixture of smart money and zone to zone with supply and demand. Okay, that's the mixture of what I do. So beginning of the week, I marked it up just like this. And just simply like that, right? So with that being said, what I do at this point in time, I set my alerts and wait. It's that simple. I set my alerts and wait. And I ended up, the first trade I took of the week, I actually did take a buy. I actually did take a buy at the very beginning of the week off of this. So it was kind of just one of those intuition things, but it rejected, it went up, and then it came back, and you'll see it wicked that wick and gave us this candle. So trade 1 of the week was this here. Just reviewing that for you. I took the buy. My TP was all the way at the purple line, but to be honest with you, I did not hold the whole thing. I ended up closing, around there. So caught a good, nice move, and I was out. Like, I'm not a swing trader, whatever, working on holding longer. But it ended up coming up here, and we had, at this point in time, we had marked up this area for a potential sell. Okay, we had marked up that, remember, 30-minute candle. I don't think we took it off of that. Maybe we did not. Maybe we did or didn't we? Oh, wow. Anyway. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what we did, but we ended up taking a sell somewhere in here. I'm not sure where. I think it was right here. Yeah, we took a sell, and we took a sell right there. It came in profit. It came and hit break even, and what it does here is sweeps the highs. We entered again. We entered again, and they went in profit again. So I believe we entered the sell right there. Because why? I mean, the candle looks kind of weird, but what do we guys see, guys? Why do we enter that sell? Well, we have a smart money candle right here. So we know it's in the zone where banks are potentially mitigating positions. We know it's in that zone. So within that zone, what we see is equal highs created. Doesn't look like a lot of volume in that move. And then we have it swept and then gave a little evening star candle confirmation. Or on the 15-minute, gave you this bearish engulfing candle. So we went ahead and entered off this bearish engulfing candle, or whatever it was, and we had the take profit was, I believe it was right there. That was the take profit, and this one ends up hitting break even, I believe, and went in profit a good amount, came back, hit break even. So that was trade number 2 on the week. And then with that being said, I wasn't looking for sells anymore. The next zone I had marked was this right here, the body of that candle. The wick had already been hit, so the body, sometimes it can go all the way back to the body if it hits a wick only, which it can do both, either one. So we have this candle marked up waiting for it. If you check the time of day, it was already mid-afternoon, so I wasn't looking for a trade. I actually did not take this trade. But looking back in hindsight, this would have been a good trade to take. Why? Well, you see here simply, guys, very simple. It is 88.6 and mitigation candle. Could have put a limit here. That would have been clean. Moving forward, we're going to probably put some more limits on those trades. And what happens here, as you guys can see, it comes up and wicks the 88 to the T. Literally wicks that candle to the T. Never comes back. Okay, it came back again. Okay, never mind. But yeah. So maybe you took it there, took profit here. Maybe you re-entered. Who knows what you did? I didn't even take the trade, so I can't even tell you. But regardless, main thing is, guys, it's going to react in these areas. We know that. So just protect your entries. You know what I mean? Nothing's guaranteed. But a lot of times those 88.6 play out longer for longer targets. And at this point in time here, so last week, Johnny Pham had came over to the apartment. If you guys know Johnny Pham, Scalping King, right? Scalping King came to me, and I actually scalped on this move down. So essentially, guys, we picked the direction. We found that it was going to be a sell, right? At the point in time that it has started to sell, we're now we're like, okay, we know on the swing buys, we know this is a pullback for a buy. So like from the beginning of the week, I said I think it's going to do that. Like that's what I thought it was going to do. So at that point in time, we're waiting for it to come back down to that purple line down there at the bottom, right here. We're looking for it to come down there, right? So with that being said, we can literally scalp this down here, knowing the direction's down, pretty much any type of candle confirmation. I like to trade, you can literally scalp these little bearish engulfings. It's more clean. There's a pullback first. But just for example, guys, here, I am no scalping king. I just learned this from Johnny, but becoming the scalping king. So yeah, man, just scalp it on the way down or whatever. Pretty much anytime I see an obvious engulfing, I'm probably entering. But yeah. So, anyway, this point in time, we have the purple line marked down there for the buy, and we're going to delete this fib, so that makes sense. And with that being said, also knowing it could react in the same zone again as well. So I like to say supply and demand is also swing high, swing low, whatever. I'm not too caught up in all the details, guys, because what I understand with anything in life, trading as well, that it's not about the how-tos and the strategies. What makes sense to you, and continue and create good habits, feeling good. It doesn't really matter what I do. I'm not trying to overanalyze and try to have you know what I mean, guys? There's so much information out there. Condense the information and use what makes sense to you. Always be willing to learn more, but don't overcomplicate things, guys. Do not overcomplicate things. I know people who make millions off of break and retest. I know people who make millions off of indicators. I don't trade break and retest. I don't trade indicators. So the strategy doesn't matter, guys. It's all your mentality and your approach. Okay, so I don't think we took I have to remember. I don't remember if we took this or not. Oh yeah, we did. We did take this. So, okay, so you see this here, guys. We have in the zone I had marked before, the gray zone, right? Entered on this engulfing happened. I would have entered there. I didn't see it in time. But what I did see is it go in profit and then come back. And you'll notice, guys, it likes to mitigate those little small time frames. So I had an opportunity to enter right here. So I entered there and I literally had a pretty small stop loss. And my take profit was, probably right there. I think it was right there, which is this 30-minute order block. That was my take profit. But with that being said, I actually closed the trade when I saw this 5-minute engulfing. Why? Because it's going to go we know it's going to come back. That's just reading price. Okay. So I took a little partial profit. It's only half profit, whatever. It comes back and yep. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to remember if I entered that or if not. I'm guessing I probably entered that. I can't really remember, but I think I entered that. I definitely would have entered that if I didn't. Engulfing in the same spot. We're going to go ahead and take it right back up. Same thing, whatever. And Can't remember. I cannot remember if we played that or not, but either way, yeah. I think we were scalping this. Yeah. So we took, this was the full position over here. And then at this point in time, we're like, all right, screw this, just mess around. Let me just scalp. So we were scalping this the whole time. Remember what I was showing you guys? You know that it's going up, right? Because it hit the, why do we know it's going up? Because it had already rejected the supply, the demand zone, mitigated position. So we know, boom, okay, enter there, close, gives us an opportunity, scalp, come back, scalp, close, and so on, scalp, close. Like, you're getting a lot of opportunities here. Don't be greedy, you know, just understand what you understand in trading. Like, don't overcomplicate things. Trading is simple, okay? Okay, so anyway, at this point in time, we're looking at, remember here, that was just a little opportunity scalp, hit break even, whatever. But ultimately, let me delete this. Ultimately, remember, keep in mind that any trade you take at this zone, you can take, but realize that you're not going to take it very far because you know it's got to come back down here. So that's the trade you want to take. And I actually put a limit right there. And for those of you that are in the Telegram, you saw we actually called this trade out on a webinar right before it happened, literally an hour or two before it happened. And what happened here, guys, we have draw the fib from high to low. It's right in the 88.6 zone and equal lows. That's right where the trade is at. So right. Okay, well, hold on. Let me take this back a little bit. You guys remember this order block right here? Okay, so you could have taken this as well. I think I was already done trading when this happened. I think I missed it. But this is something that I would have ended off of. All right, so let me delete this. Go back so you can see this, guys. Right, what do we have here? We got an order block. Okay? So what does that mean? Like, I'm not getting off to the details. I'm gonna learn all the extra information, get on Go Live, whatever. Basically, it's gonna go to that candle, and we knew that. We had a pretty good idea it was gonna go to that candle, right? Okay, what do we also have, guys? Check this out. We have equal highs. So you know there's a stop loss there. Okay, right? A lot of confirmations. What else do you have? Well, overall, you know that it's a downtrend within an uptrend. What do I mean by a downtrend within an uptrend? Look at the high time frame. If you trade just typical things like whatever, right? Right. That's a downtrend. Okay. Once that happens, once it breaks the neckline, now we're in an uptrend. Okay. So we're in an uptrend. So it's coming back to mitigate a position, right? In an uptrend. That's what I mean by that. That's all I mean by that. That's it. Okay. So now what? It's got to come back to that candle right here. It's got to come back. So with that being said, this could be a potential sell entry if you're looking for it. Okay, could be. Okay, right here. Check this out. Check out the fib. Okay, guys, this is just too many confirmations in one. You got an order block, equal lows, and 88.6. You better take that. Like, all right, now what happens? Wicks it to the T. And tanks. And you could have taken profit and could have caught a quick move. Like I said, I only really trade from 6:30 to 9:30, 6:39 to 9:36, matter of fact. And so I didn't even see that. It was already past my trading window. It was already 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock when that happened. But we had a buy limit right here, and oh my goodness. Do you guys see what I see? Not only, check this out, guys. The fibs are nasty. Not only was it the mitigation candle, not only was it the 88.6 on the buy, it was also the negative 27 on that sell we just caught right there. Fibonacci retracement. We had a limit there. So we had a limit there. double fib, more confirmations the more confidence you have in the trade. Does that mean over leverage? No, of course not. It means you have confidence to take the trade. That's simply as that. I had my limit, or I had my stop loss right underneath the low. When they rejected, I move my stop loss here. I always protect my profits and things like that. And if you guys see, I'm going to delete these fibs. What was my mindset right here? Well, where could I take profit? I'm not a swing trader. It did it to 88, so it's probably going to go farther. So I wanted to put my take profit at this 15-minute candle. So I wanted to put my take profit right at this 15-minute candle, right there, because it could reject there. It really could. Like that's why. Why? Because it only hit the open. It only hit the open of this mitigation candle. It could come back lower. Like that's how we know that. So never just automatically assume, oh, well, it's going to go a million pips. Let me just hold it the whole time. Well, I like to take my profit because my strength is entries. So when I get profit, I like to take it. Okay. So what happens here is you guys see, check this out. This is a little management technique. So once this happens, so as you guys can see, it went up. That is the open of the candle. It has a 50%. It mitigated already. So automatically I move my stop loss to right there. Okay. And then what happens? It double bottoms at that mitigation. So now my stop loss is right there. Okay. So I move my stop loss as I go. I trail it based off of mitigation to secure profits. Okay. What's going on, Pips? So as you get, dude, Pips, relax. Pips. Hey, buddy. Yo, guys, say hello to Pips. Say hello to Pips. I think he sees another dog. Oh! All right. Anyway, it comes up here, it hits TP. I think. And keep in mind, guys, remember this. While all that's happening, I'm actually scalping as well. Not to be greedy, but just to maximize my profit, okay? Not to be greedy. Remember, this isn't greed, this is just being smart. So once all this happens, I bought there, bought there, I bought there, and I bought there. And each time I closed when it went instant profit, instant profit, instant profit, instant profit, instant profit. You want to make a lot of money? Trade scalp US30. That's how you're gonna make a lot of money. Straight up, no cap, no cap. All right. Anyway, now what? I'm revealing the sauce for you guys right now. I'm literally revealing the sauce. So I hope you guys know that. I think we took profit. I don't know. I closed early either way. Like I closed early a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But it comes back, and then it comes back again to that same spot. And at this point in time, okay, let me go back a little bit. That was the last trade of the week for me personally. I'm pretty sure that was the last trade of the week. I think that was the last trade of the week for me on US30, or maybe I did one more. Hey, buddy. Okay, yeah. So let me just clear this all off. So guys, check this out, right? We know it just mitigated. It just mitigated over here. So now our bias is now okay, it's ready for a buy. Like that's what we know. It already mitigated everything. So now we're like, all right, it's a buy. Know which way you think the market's gonna go. Always be ready to react, but you're not just trying to enter whatever you can find. Like that's not your mindset when you trade. Like, you don't just, oh well, let me just see what I can find at entry. Like just know your setup and trade and master your setup. That's as simple as that. Okay, my setup. Okay, well, check this out. Check this out, guys. Okay, this candle here, it already got mitigated. Okay, so knowing it to buy, what am I waiting on, guys? It needs to come back down here, right? So what do we do? Let's delete this. What do we do now? Okay, well, it's got to come back down here. Perfect. All right, bet. So I put a purple line right there. Now let me wait for that buy. And I actually put a buy limit here. I put a buy limit right here. And the take profit was, I don't know, up there. Like I typically go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3. So I think that was my take profit. Why did I put my take profit right there? Because equal highs and equal highs and some wicks over here, whatever. It's just some place where it can reject. It's not saying like, oh, well, it's never going to go up more than that. It's just like it could react there. So let me just take my profit there because I could always re-enter. That's just the way I trade because my skill is entries. That is my skill, going instant profit when I enter. So I'm not trying to hold because I would rather just re-enter. I don't like drawdown. I don't like waiting. I like to get in and get out with the bag, like straight up. I don't got time to waste. I got things to do rather than to babysit my trade or to overthink or to close early or to, like, let me just take my profit gives and close where it's going to react. If I get a swing entry, then I'm going to hold a partial position. That's a different story. All right, so check this out. What happens, guys? Guys, you can't make this up, right? You literally cannot make this up. Like, what happens? Check this out. Check this out, guys. What did I literally just show you? This candle right here, it wicks it to the T. If you want to be fancy and put the fibs in here too, you certainly can. And it hit the 71 fib. Notice I have the 71, 79, 88. That is the golden pocket fib ratio. Got that from Starboy on Go Live. So hit the 71, also extra confirmation. Fibs isn't like my go-to, but is an extra confirmation at the end of the day. Okay, now what do we have? Once it rejects, it gives you the candle confirmation. You could have stacked right there. I wasn't paying attention though, I was off the charts. And then what happened, guys? Mitigated on the 15-minute wick. Mitigated that 15-minute wick. So, right? Like to be honest with you guys, I set a limit and I wasn't even looking at my phone, so I don't even remember any of this happening. All I know is I had a limit, and yeah, pretty much it went in profit multiple times. Ended up coming in profit. I would have taken profit probably on that rejection, had I seen it, but I ended up closing. I don't even know. I closed it in profit somewhere in there, whatever. Like I can catch entries all day, so. And I'm not really too concerned about holding the take profit. Why? Because look, it came back and hit break even. So I actually closed. I don't even remember. I closed somewhere in there profit. That's what I did. But with that being said, that was the last trade of the week. NFP was next day, and the NFP was the next day, which was today, Friday, and you know, it looked really weird. Like it looked really weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like it just looks ugly. So with that being said, for next week, I really like that. I really think that this zone will hold. We'll probably see a gap up. If it does go below, just realize those are equal lows. So it could, there's liquidity here. There's a wick. So market's closed right now. So maybe it does whatever. Maybe it comes back and wicks before coming up. Who knows? Maybe it does one of those. Maybe just goes. Either way, I don't really see a scenario where it drops. But if it does, like, I'm not going to say I don't see a scenario. My bias is just going to go up. But that's just me personally. Daily, on a weekly candle, yeah, it's probably going to go up. But if it doesn't, that's awesome too. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not trying to catch every move. But if it does, sorry, let me rephrase myself. The scenario I see where it drops is coming down to here. So if it does do that, I could see this happening. I could definitely see this happening right here, right here. It could do that. And somehow, possibly, if it goes lower than that, then we have this zone right here. But you guys realize that we're not just randomly entering. There's always specific areas where we're looking for entry. So it's all about, okay, what am I looking for, a buy or a sell? Okay, where am I looking to enter? Here. Okay, when it gets there, what am I looking for price-wise? And that's the way I think about this market. So let's say in a scenario it does go for a sell. I mean, like, to be honest, there's a zone right here, quadruple tops. So I mean, there's definitely going to be some type of rejection in here, more than likely. So these are two clear zones. I do love when there's clear zones. It makes it easy to trade because you're just looking for a reaction in there. And let's say if it comes up, like if it comes up higher, then, you know, we got we also got this bigger zone as well. So you guys see we have higher time frame supply and demand, which is here and there. So we got the 4-hour supply and demand zone, which is what? The swing low and the swing high. That's the supply and demand from my perspective, right? The rejection that had the biggest move is where the most money is, more than likely, right? Okay. Well, now we have a random consolidation. So at this point in time, if I take a sell here, it's going to be a scalp. If I take a buy here, it's going to be a scalp. Otherwise, I'll take a buy here for more, or I'll take a sell here for more, or we'll play it, wait on there. But that's pretty much the scenarios I'm looking for on US30. Like I said, scalps in this range. Otherwise, buys here, sells up here. That's the main thing, guys. Keep in mind when you play in small time frames in the middle of the zone, you're just looking for a small move and small reactions. You're not looking for, oh, let me see. It's like I notice some people do this, and I don't know why. It's like, okay, if I catch a sell here, let me hold it to down here and hope for the best. Or they catch a buy here. Oh, let me just hold it till it breaks a high. And like, well, the thing is, like, yes, that can work, and maybe that's just how you like to trade, and that's totally fine. It just doesn't make sense to me when the thing is, look, I can catch that, take profit. If it keeps going, I can just scalp on the way up. Okay, if it doesn't, I can just, when it comes back, I can enter again and buy again. That's the way I look at the market. So I hope this made sense to you guys. This is my full breakdown analysis of US30, the Dow Jones, whatever you want to call it. What I'm looking for next week, what I did last week, and understand, guys, these 3 simple tips to become a consistent and profitable trader is number one, you got to decide to become great, master this skill set. Number 2, develop and adjust your trading plan. Develop and adjust your trading plan. How are you going to adjust? By journaling your trades. Approach with the mentality of, I don't care if this trade wins or loses. I know by the end of 20 trades, I'll be in profit. A good amount. Right? Oh, this one's going to win. Awesome. It's like, I know what I'm looking for, and when I get what I'm looking for, I enter. I don't care if it loses. It's probably going to win. If it doesn't, then awesome. That's totally fine. That's just percentages. Nothing's 100%. Okay? Become great, master the skill set. Develop and adjust your trading plan always. This isn't something that you just do sometimes, and you got to really choose to be successful in this. Trading is something that you can master, something that has infinite potential to grow. You got to journal your trades, man. You got to really journal your trades. Approach with the mentality of, I don't care if this trade wins or loses. I know by the end of 20 trades, I'll be in a profit a good amount. So with that being said, guys, I hope you received some value. I hope this made sense to you. Go ahead, join the Telegram. We're going to put the Telegram in the link below. Matter of fact, let me just drop it right here. Join my free Telegram where I drop live webinars and some trades. T.me/infinite abundance. All right, guys, with that being said, much love, peace, and blessings. Let's go catch that mother bag. Let's get it, baby.